After dropping a pair of games to open the season against top-ranked competition, the Buffaloes rebounded in strong fashion with a 105-72 win this past Monday against Oklahoma Panhandle State. However, this afternoon the competition will be a lot stiffer as the Buffs face Oklahoma Baptist out of the Great American Conference. And they'll be again playing without point guard and LSC preseason player of the year, Julius Brown. Today's opponent, Oklahoma Baptist, enters the game at 2-2 on the season. They open the year with consecutive losses to MSU Moorhead and Wayne State before rebounding with consecutive wins over Missouri Western and most recently Washburn this past Tuesday. The Bison have 3 players averaging double-figure scoring, but their style of play is possession by possession. That puts an emphasis on execution. These two teams met last season, Lucas Kinsey. The Buffs took a 3-point 61-58 win over Oklahoma Baptist here at the First United Bank Center. No reason to think anything different today.
I don't. And, Kent, you talk about the Buffaloes maybe being a little they're missing some key pieces, so to speak. And so they're going to have some guys step up. Last year, 61-58 was the final score. It was a kind of a tale of two halves. WT led by 12 at halftime, and then OBU battled back in that second half. One thing we know about these two teams, they're going to be tough. It's going to be, defense. I think defense is going to be the key in this game today. We saw WT in the last game Monday night, Kent here, over Oklahoma Panhandle State score a lot of points. But I think early in the season, if there's one thing that Tom Brown, Chris Gove, and David Chavelvic, the staff, would like to see improve a little bit, it's the defense. They'd like to see the Buffs play a little bit better defense. Again, today they're going to be doing it without a couple of their key starters. And so what does that mean? Guys like we saw Brock Mishak step up in the Oklahoma Panhandle State win. I think a guy to watch out for today, just because of some of the size that OBU will throw out there, Kent, is the Buffs' Jesse Oweezy, the sophomore out of Roanoke.
Oh, you're exactly right. We mentioned key pieces. Julius Brown still away due to a loss in his family. Buffs are also going to be without Larry Wise today. Larry, 16.5 points, 5 rebounds. Nice. He has an illness that he's battling right now. Hope to have him back Thursday. And then we're also told that Damian Thornton may have some limited minutes. We'll see how soon he gets on the floor and how much he'll play. But those 3 players are key, not just on the offensive end, but the defensive end as well for Tom Brown's team.
And we did see, like I mentioned, Brock Mishak, he had 18 points against Oklahoma Panhandle State. Good performance from Ahmed Muhammad. He was good for the Buffs. Journey Phillips, another transfer player from Texas A&M International. Addison Wallace, another guy that you'll have to look at today. He's 6'3", junior, strong player that he's going to have to step up his game. The OBU Bison, you talk about head coach Jason Aker in his 5th season. He knows how to win. I mean, his team, 2 NCAA trips, overall record of 76-40. Last year's team, Kent, was 20-9. And what he does a good job of is he gets some good pieces from the state of Oklahoma, some of those local players, but then he brings in some transfers. I'm interested to watch a guy today, point guard, 5'11", sophomore Paul King. He's a transfer from Alcorn State. Nearly had a triple-double in the win over Washburn on Tuesday. 14 points, 9 assists, 9 rebounds.
Had 23 points against Wayne State, 22 against MSU Moorhead. He can fill it up. DJ Freeman's a forward, plays out on the wing. He scored 11 points 3 times this year. Strong rebounder, averaging 8 a game. And then this past Tuesday, he lights up Washburn for 18. So this is a Bison team that really only averages 70 points a game, but they've got some individual contributors who can really make it happen.
They can. I remember DJ Freeman from last year, just a freshman out of Midwest City, and he had a good performance against the Buffaloes, 6 points and 9 rebounds in that 3-point loss. All-time, OBU just 1-6 against West Texas A&M. Everyone remembers that one win, right? Because it was in 1937 in a barn burner, 33-31. OBU put it in the peach bucket basket just in time for the shot clock.
Well, I was talking to head coach Jason Aker while the teams were warming up pregame, and he was actually looking forward to next year when the Buffs are actually heading their way. In the past, Oklahoma Baptist has been part of the Packasack Thanksgiving Classic, which this year was not on the schedule, so they're here as just a regular scheduled game. But next year the Buffs go to Shawnee to take on Oklahoma Baptist over there. And my comment when he said looking forward to going over there, these two teams should be playing each year. The proximity is close, and the competitive level is high. Let's meet the starting lineup for this afternoon's ball game. First, our visitors from Shawnee, the Bison of Oklahoma Baptist at 2-2 in their 5th year under head coach Jason Aker. At one guard, Paul King, a 5'11 sophomore from Monroe, Louisiana. King averages 18.3 points, 3.8 rebounds. The second guard, Trey Green, a 6'2 junior from Kingfisher, Oklahoma. Green averages 7.5 points, 3.8 rebounds. And the third guard, Trey Dooms, a 6'3 senior from Atlanta, Georgia. Dooms averages 15.5 and 4.5 rebounds. On the baseline, one forward, Bradley Akele. He is a 6'7 senior from Houston, averaging 7.5 points, 4.5 rebounds. Rounding out the starting five at forward, DJ Freeman, a 6'6 sophomore from Midwest City, Oklahoma. Freeman averages 12.8 points, 8 rebounds a game. For the Buffaloes, they fell out of the NABC rankings this past week. They are 1-2 on the season in their 9th year under head coach Tom Brown. They start 5 guards. It's a little different today. At one guard will be Brock Mishak, a 6'3 freshman from Fort Collins, Colorado. Mishak averages 6.7 points, 0.3 rebounds. He had 18 points, 3 steals last Monday against Oklahoma Panhandle State. The second guard, Ryland Holt, 6'6 junior from Gibson City, Illinois. Holt averages 5.3 points, 3 rebounds a game. The third guard, Zach Toussaint, 5'11 junior from Johnsburg, Illinois. Toussaint averages 10.7 points, 2 rebounds a game, had 21 points, 2 assists this past Monday against Oklahoma Panhandle State. The fourth guard, Cameron Bell, a 5'10 sophomore from Edmond, Oklahoma. And rounding out the starting five, Addison Wallace, a 6'3 sophomore from Cleburne, Texas. Addison averages 6 points, 5 rebounds a game. He had a big game earlier this year against Florida Southern when he hit 12 points to go with 5 rebounds.
And again, early in this game, look at the matchups and look how OBU attacks West Texas A&M, and conversely how WT is going to attack OBU, because OBU will have the size advantage, no doubt, today. But for West Texas A&M, if they can shoot, remember, Kent, against OPSU, 20 3-pointers they made, one short of tying the all-time record in a game, and so that can equalize that height disadvantage, if you will, if you're West Texas A&M. Got to get off to that good start, though.
Well, we have talked about height disadvantage just about every game the Buffs are involved with once you get into conference play or against a quality team out of the Great American Conference like Oklahoma Baptist. Our officials for tonight's game, the referee is going to be Johnny Wilkins. The umpires, John Jenkins Jr. and Daniel Schaefer. We're at the First United Bank Center. It is cold and wet outside. It is 72 degrees inside, but it's fixing to heat up real quick.
There's a look at head coach Jason Aker, and just like Tom Brown, a very, very tough competitor. 5th season with Oklahoma Baptist, and has something in common with head coach Josh Prock. He was a graduate assistant for Oklahoma, the Sooners, with head coach Kelvin Sampson back in 2004-2005.
They're both very proud of that lineage. We've got Ryland Holt jumping center against Bradley Akele. And Ryland controls and tips it back to Addison Wallace. Buffs going from our left to our right here in the first half, wearing the white Under Armour with the red stripes across the shoulder, maroon weather with West Texas and the numerals in maroon, Oklahoma Baptist in the black. They have the green numerals outlined in gold, Oklahoma Baptist on the chest. 3 on the shot clock. Toussaint pull up from outside, air ball. And that'll be a shot clock violation against the Buffaloes. You saw the defense that Oklahoma Baptist played there.
It is intense. You know, I just mentioned that with Kelvin Sampson being where he came from. Well, what type of defense does Kelvin Sampson's teams play? in your grill, very physical. Make it tough to get open looks.
Akele tried to drive, dribbled it off his shoe, out of bounds. And each team opens the game with a turnover. Wallace brings the Buffs up court. He's left open up top. He'll put up a three, no good.
Yeah, I think you got to try to get a better look than that.
There's Trey Green with the rebound for the Bison.
Just didn't make the defense really work very much. Short possession.
Paul King, left side to Green. Get it inside to Akele. Ball knocked loose. Toussaint knocked it loose, and he comes up hobbling. Ryland Holt controlled.
Yeah,
Holt on the wing. Three, no good. Wallace over the back for the rebound. Kicks it in the corner and throws it away.
Yeah, he brought that ball down after a great offensive rebound. Hopefully Zach is okay. Toussaint still limping a little bit, but nobody's off the bench yet.
Here's King. Has the ball stolen away by Cameron Bell.
It's a defensive display here from both teams.
Toussaint on the wing, drives in, doesn't look to be hindered, floats and it won't go.
Yeah, one thing you're seeing defensively here for the Buffs, Kent, is double teams. I mean, whether it's a pass into the post, there's a second defender coming in, swiping at the ball, or if a guard is driving. This help defense so far pretty good for WT.
Akele at 6'7", guarded by the 6'3" Wallace. Green loses possession, regains, shot clock at 8. In the corner, Akele for three, knocks it down.
Wallace was just a tad late on the closeout. Tom Brown, I think, was looking for an illegal screen. Meanwhile, Zach Toussaint takes a three, and that usually that doesn't happen with Zach's shots. It's usually just going straight through the net, but that one wedges in the corner, possession arrow in favor of the Bison.
Just underway here in Canyon, Texas. Oklahoma Baptist with an early 3-0 lead. The teams have combined for 5 turnovers in the first 2.5 minutes.
Now, is that great defense or sloppy offense?
That was great offense on the lob. DJ Freeman gets up there behind the defense and slams it home.
Yeah, that was a set play. Somebody did not communicate on a back screen there, and it was a perfect pass and a beautiful finish.
Wallace kicks it outside to Bell. Toussaint from 15, got it.
He's tough. I mean, you know, we saw him come up hobbling after making the defensive play, but he is hanging in there, and nice delivery on that follow-through on the jump shot.
King between the legs creates some space, misses the three. And it'll be the Buffs basketball. As checking into the game for the first time today for the Buffs, Jesse Awizi, sophomore from Roanoke, Texas, as well as Ahmed Muhammad, freshman from Glendale, Arizona.
Again, Buffs, pretty good job defensively to start this game. If I'm OBU, that ball is going inside the paint every possession before a shot is taken.
You've got the height advantage. See what you can get in there. Muhammad double teamed outside and had the ball stolen. Going in all alone for the flush. Trey Dooms.
Well, that's welcoming to the young freshman into this game. OBU traps Muhammad over there and just takes the ball away. The dunk for the Bison, and they lead by 5.
Bell on the wing, cross court to Wallace. Toussaint for three.
Yeah.
That one fell through the cylinder so perfectly the net didn't even ripple.
And you saw Coach Akers' response over there, arms flailing, and he was saying you gave him way too much room. The closeout has to be right in the face of Toussaint.
There's a drive by Udamo, and it's stolen by Wallace. Ahead to Awizi. I think he heard footsteps. Muhammad missed a follow.
Yeah, Tom Brown screaming out for a foul. He felt like there could have been 2 fouls called under the bucket. Officials letting him play.
Josh Adumo, freshman from Tulsa, gives it to Dooms, and he's going to be pushed by Awizi. Jesse's first, Buffs first as a team. And we've got a full timeout on the floor.
It's intense so far.
16 to play. It is getting warm. Oklahoma Baptist 7-5 over your Buffs. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Welcome back inside the First United Bank Center. Our score at the first media timeout is 7-5, Oklahoma Baptist. But if you're the Buffs, it's good you're only down by 2, Kent, because OBU is shooting 75% from the field. Bison have forced 3 Buff turnovers. Conversely, though, WT has forced 4 turnovers from the Bisons. Tom Brown still asking for an explanation on, I think, why there was no foul called.
He's working Johnny Wilkins over.
About 2 minutes ago.
The Buffs have taken 8 field goal opportunities to just 4, now 5 for the Bison. And this is the game where we find out whether the Buffalo are stronger than Bison.
And right now, again, Buffs frustrated a foul wasn't called.
Long 3 by Toussaint, no good. Look at Oweezy there with the follow and the score.
And that's exactly what I was about to say. So the way the game's being called, you got to go really, really strong, whether it's grabbing a rebound, a put back inside, because OBU's going to continue to play very physical. It's to their advantage. Well, this is what you need right here, Oweezy.
Gets the rebound, puts his shoulder down, goes up.
Yeah, grown man bucket there.
Gets the follow and 1. Can give the Buffs the lead. Does not. Ball out of bounds. Buffs basketball.
You know, last year Jesse against these Bison was really good. 9 points, 8 rebounds in that win. And they need him today.
Toussaint to inbound. On the wing to Muhammad. Muhammad dribbles outside. Toussaint left wing.
The old illegal screen.
And they got Jesse Oweezy down low, and Toussaint drained that shot.
You know, the last game against OPSU, Kent, Tom Brown, we had the coach for the game, Robbie Williams. Tom sat down a lot. That's not going to happen today.
Not happen today, no. Tied at 7, 14:30 to play in the first. Green for 3, got it.
He has a nice high release, elbows in. Good follow through.
Kingfisher, Oklahoma.
Yep.
Where's that at?
South of Oklahoma City. And Kingfisher, actually a team that the last 4 or 5 years, they have been very successful at the high school ranks, making it to the state tournament. Just talking to Brian Stalder about that.
Toussaint with a step back, can't get it to go. Zach has taken 6 field goal opportunities here in the early going, 2 of 6. 10-7, Bison. Adome gives it to King. King turns around, top of the key, no good. Toussaint gets the rebound from 2 Bison. Quickly ahead to Belden, Oweezy. And Jesse thought he was going to be fouled and was a little wild with that reverse layup attempt. At the other end, the Bison convert a 3. Ricky Brown.
You know, he's transferred from Valdosta State last year. They had Burt Putnam from Valdosta.
And there's a sloppy pass from Zach. Going the other way, Holt fouls Freeman intentionally.
And OPU early on, Kent, is showing they can be very explosive. I mean, just they're on a 6-0 run in just a minute and 13 seconds. That's what we're used to seeing the Buffs do.
Yeah.
At the line
I say Holt fouled intentionally. It was not an intentional
foul,
but it was a smart foul. That'll send Freeman to the line, where he is shooting 66% this year. First shot puts the Bison up by 7.
Yeah, he's off to a great start, averaging 11 and 8. And in the win over Washburn on Tuesday, he was perfect from the field. Did not miss, 5 for 5.
Addison Wallace and Brock Mishak return to the Buffs lineup, replacing Bell and Aweezy. As Freeman knocks them both down, he has 4 points. The Bison lead by 8, 15-7.
This is one of those games that is, late November, non-conference, but has the feel of a late conference game.
Yeah. Muhammad beats the double team, passes across the timeline to Wallace. Holt in the corner, took a step.
And that's one where, Ken, I'd like to see Addison continue to go at the rim. He had the size advantage down inside. He passes out. You end up getting a turnover. You got a chance for a high percentage shot. Take it.
Addison is a fluid player.
Yeah.
He's not necessarily a forceful player. Here's King. He wants to do it himself. Goes against the freshman Muhammad and connects.
Well, Paul King last year at Alcorn State averaged 6 points a game. Had 4 starts. He scored 21 in a loss at Tulsa. He can play.
Averaging 18 and a half. Bison up 10. And there we're going to have a foul. Bradley McKaylee.
Yeah, if you're Coach Aker, you do not like that foul because it's so far away from the bucket against Wallace, who's not going to shoot it from out there like Toussaint would. Bison on a 10-0 run here, KJ. The Buffaloes need a bucket, and the Buffs have 3 turnovers over the last 2:25.
Oklahoma Baptist 9 points coming off of 6 WT turnovers. 9 of their 17. Bell.
That's a block. Ooh.
He got the elbow up.
Got the arm up.
Yep.
Defender was definitely moving.
Let's see if we got a replay on this and watch the right arm. Here we go.
Just a little bit on that, that right arm.
And I don't know if the arm initiated the contact, but it finished it, and that's what the official saw. 17-7 our score. Buffs on the short end of the scoreboard.
And we're seeing here, Kent, the last several possessions with Julius Brown out, Larry Wise out, Damian Thornton not playing. Who's going to be that guy that can score? Or at least set the table and draw the defense.
And as we talked about Monday at the Oklahoma Panhandle State game, the Buffs, when Julius Brown isn't in the lineup, are searching for who is our floor general.
Right, who is steering the ship.
Got a timeout on the floor, 12 minutes to play first half. Oklahoma Baptist leads 17-7. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign, raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
There you see Chris Gove, Tom Brown, Coach David Chavlovic talking to the Buffaloes, trying to get them going. Right now, OBU really hitting that first punch, if you will, in this heavyweight match. It's a 10-0 run by the Bison over the last 2 minutes and 26 seconds. Bison shooting 67% from the field. Meanwhile, the Buffs struggling at 3 of 12.
Yeah, at one point, David Chadwick, he would have scored all the points for the Buffs. Zach Toussaint had scored all the points for the Buffaloes. He currently has 5 of the Buffs' 7. Here's Addison Wallace to Journey Phillips. Outside to Holt for 3, won't go. Wallace with the follow, and he should be going to the line. He got up there.
He did, and I love the effort there on the offensive board. Again, I feel like Wallace got into the paint, passed that out for the 3. They're going to have you say, well, Toussaint has scored 5 of the 7 points. You're going to have to be more aggressive if you're Rylan Holt, if you're Addison Wallace, even Journey Phillips. Put some pressure on this OBU defense. Nice job there by Wallace. Yeah, he was definitely trying to dunk that ball in off the miss. And Addison, one of the more athletic players that Tom Brown has had over the last 9 seasons. He's a player that you watch and you say, could he play out on the football field? Probably somewhere. He's pretty strong and definitely can jump.
Connects on both. Cuts the Bison lead back to 8. Dooms gets free, kicks it out to Akele, who misses the 3-pointer. Phillips with the rebound. Wallace on the wing, dribbles on top, finds Bell on the back door, and they call a charge on Cameron.
It's a great backdoor cut. I'd love to see this again because I think the defender comes in late.
Here you go.
This is 2 charges that Cameron has been called. That's
awfully close.
They missed that one there. He slid into it, and you're looking at Cameron Bell. He didn't carry his momentum really into the defender, but Cameron is all of 5'10" with both pairs of socks on. And the charge.
And the afro.
and the charge. You got a whistle way away from the ball. Is this going to be against Journey Phillips?
On Journey, the way that
for a hold.
Johnny Wilkins is talking to Journey. For Journey, the transfer from Texas A&M International, that's his first personal, team 6th. And is that going to be an illegal screen? It's going to be, charge.
It's such a physical game that you can get caught up in the holding and the pushing, and you forget, I'm playing basketball and I can't do some of these things.
Yeah.
So you got to play smart. Both teams getting called for offensive fouls.
11 minutes to play, first half. Oklahoma Baptist leading 17-9. Toussaint to Wallace. Here's Phillips. Phillips working on Dooms, has the shot blocked. Down at the other end, going in for the flush is Freeman. Oklahoma Baptist is scoring, but Lucas, their defense is tenacious.
Yeah, the Buffs are they cannot get easy looks. Everything is earned. Trying to see points in the paint, just 2 for WT.
Little fadeaway, no good by Holt. And a heads-up play there by Trey Green.
Yeah.
Gets the ball going out of bounds, fires it off the leg of Journey Phillips. And the Bison get the basketball.
Good screen.
And a block.
Yeah.
And they're going to say Phillips got the body, I think.
And this is just really good half-court offense by OBU. They free open a cutter. See if we can run that back and look at this screen here. It's going to free open on the wing. And they help defenses off on the backside because you got to cover up Green, who's a good shooter. Well, OBU is using their strength, their size, their athleticism, and then they're playing smart as well and just getting better looks.
Dooms at the line for 2, knocks down the first. He's scored double figures all 3 games this year.
This is just hard, tough to look at as a Buff fan. 64% from the field for OBU and just 21% for West Texas A&M.
Don't normally see those kind of percentages against the Buffaloes. Dooms misses the second. Wallace has the ball stripped away, goes out of bounds. Buffs basketball, inside of 10 to play here in the first, and the Buffs trail by 11. Again, playing without Julius Brown, Larry Wise, and Damian Thornton sitting on the bench, suited up.
3 starters, potentially 3 all-conference players, and one of them your preseason conference player of the year. You know who doesn't care about all that? OBU.
And they're showing it. What they probably remember is a 3-point loss last year in this building. There's a miss by Meshach, a rebound by Muhammad. Kicks it out to Tucson. And we're going to have a defensive foul against Paul King. His first, the Bison 4th as a team.
Every
the 5th.
Every catch by the Buffaloes, there's someone right there, so you got to rip through strong or that ball's being deflected.
There's a 3 missed. Rebound controlled by Dooms.
OBU's going to give Wallace a lot of space and let him shoot those 3s. Not his forte.
King guarded by Nicholas Jett. Says, I like to be called Nick. So that's what it'll be.
Got it.
7 on the shot clock. King pulls up, blocked by Wallace, controlled by Tucson.
Outstanding defense. They had a mismatch, and King should have thrown it inside. He took the tough shot, and Wallace made him pay for it.
In the corner, Meshach. Yes, for 3.
That gets the crowd going a little bit. That's just the 4th field goal of the game for the Buffs.
Makes it an 8-point ball game. Oklahoma Baptist, and there's a steal. Jett comes up with it. Right wing, Meshach. Off the glass, no good.
It's a nice find in traffic by Nick Jett.
King brings it up court. Harassed by Muhammad. Now Ahmed backs off. Approaching the 8-minute mark of the first half. Here's Dooms. Tries to drive between Jett and Meshach. Ball goes out of bounds. OBU's basketball.
One big story is the turnovers and the points off of those turnovers. OBU 11 points off of WT's 9 first-half turnovers.
Michele returns to the Bison lineup, as does Ethan Scott, 5'10 freshman from Mustang, Oklahoma. There's a miss by Scott. Meshach with the rebound. Tucson pulls up from 15, won't go down. Big rebound there, Freeman.
Oh,
Scott,
good defense.
Yes, sir. Scott tries to find Freeman, but Meshach picks it off. Wide open, Tucson. Can't get it to go. Jett keeps the rebound alive, but can't control.
Yeah, those 3s, we're used to seeing those go in for Zach. It was a good look in transition.
Here's a miss inside. Buffs get the rebound.
Last several possessions, good defense by the freshman Brock Meshach.
Buffs just 4 of 20 from the field.
Nobody's in that paint. It's open. If you get dribble penetration.
Wallace, he's in the paint and has a shot blocked. Kale went up high, knocked it away.
2 athletes right there. And the defender won the contest.
Paint may have been open, but it didn't matter.
Yep. How about a scoring drought for both teams nearing 3 minutes?
King thought about it. Shot clock at 5. Passes in the corner. Ball knocked out of bounds by Muhammad. And we've got a timeout on the floor. 6:30 to play in the first. Oklahoma Baptist up by 8, 20-12. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Bucks!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Lucas Kinsey alongside Kent Johnson. Glad to have you joining us here on the LSC Digital Network. There you see the Oklahoma Baptist Bison leading the Buffaloes. Bison Buffaloes here today, 20-12 the score. OBU holding WT to just 12 points. Turnaround shot missed by Freeman. Good rebound by the Buffs.
Nick Jett comes up with the rebound. Brings the ball up court.
Buffs need a bucket, one for their last 11 from the field.
Muhammad backs out, goes to Bell on the wing. We've got a hold inside. Ryland Holt was mixing it up with Joshua Adumo, and Adumo called for his second personal.
16th foul on the Bison.
That was a firm grab of the wrist. Easy call inside.
Muhammad to inbound. Toussaint to Jett. Loses control, will go the other way. Kaylee in on Toussaint, who gets called for the block.
That is, that's going to be a blocking foul that Toussaint will remember because this hurts. He tries to step in front.
Yeah, he stepped in too late.
And still moving.
Coach Brown not happy with it, but
no.
You watch the replay and you've got to give him space.
Shooting, Bradley Akile.
Akile at the line, shooting twice, makes the first.
One shot.
Yeah, got that second
Got
one
them
as well.
both.
It's still just OBU imposing its will
Yeah.
and getting that ball deep in the paint. Contesting every potential look. There you go.
Backdoor, Holt with the slam. Well, that time the Buffs broke down the defense with passing. Diagonal passes. 22-14, 5:30 to play in the first. Here's Dooms. Finds a cutter in Freeman, but it's stolen away by Mashak.
Get it to him.
Jett inside the Holt. Lowers the shoulder, no call, gets the roll.
Yeah, that's what the Buffs are going to have from Ryland Holt. He's their biggest player on the court today, and on the last two possessions, Kent, he's playing like it.
Buffs cut it to 6, 22-16. Three missed by Kale, but the rebound is long, and Green tracks it down.
Yeah, and you can see that the crowd getting into it, Buffs bench as well, because the last 2-3 possessions, both offensively and defensively, WT just playing tougher.
Jason Aker wants a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day. With a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons. We live for this.
Welcome back inside the First United Bank Center. A tough defensive game here today between Oklahoma Baptist and West Texas A&M. The Bison lead 22-16. OBU looking for a field goal. They haven't made one in nearly 6 minutes.
It doesn't seem like that.
They still lead by 6.
Lead by 6. Buffs playing defense. Need to do it again. Here's Green, drives baseline to Freeman in the paint. Turnaround, no good. Wallace. Buffs have numbers. Muhammad off the glass, and we got a blocking call.
Yeah, that's one where for OBU, Trey Dooms, they're going to go back and look at this, Kent, and say, Trey, you're 6'3". You got the advantage here. Go up and try to block that shot. He steps over, tries to take a charge, and Muhammad just sideswipes him.
Nice job of getting around Doom's body and not being whistled for the charge.
Yeah, he did a good job offensively.
Knocks down the first of 2. He's 5 of 5 and now 6 of 6 on the season.
If you're OBU, you're wondering, where did the offense go?
Drought now over 6 minutes.
See if Paul King can get him going from this point guard spot.
Answer's no, and there's a rebound pulled down by Mashak. That's the 17th for the Buffaloes. Wallace on the baseline, outside to Toussaint. Mashak says, I'll shoot the 3. No good. Out of bounds.
Yeah, he's got to keep shooting those. Those are good looks. Brock is playing some really good defense.
Trey Dooms, last touch the ball.
He's going to get a breather, and Nick Jett will check in. This, for these young freshmen, Kent, this is the most physical game, I'm betting, that they've played in their careers.
Toussaint pull up from 16, won't go down. Akele with the rebound.
Good job by Zach of maneuvering off of the screens. Just in and out. And Zach is 2 for 9 now shooting.
King on the wing. Down low to Freeman with the reverse. That was a quick move.
It was a strong finish underneath by Freeman, who's got 8 now, ups the lead back to 6.
Wallace stops and pumps.
Nice. And that shows you the progression of Addison Wallace. Last year, he does not make that play. I mean, strong jump stop, lets the defender get in the air, and then just calmly hits the J.
Lob inside, deflected by Holt. He got between Freeman and Green and knocked that one away. Muhammad drops the 3. It's a 1-point game.
So the Buffs have withstood this early lead. They've made a run themselves. And this is the game we thought we were going to see right here.
King slips down but keeps the dribble alive. Pulls up from 15 and drops it.
He's got a quick first step, so you got to honor that, and that creates space for the easy jump shot.
Inside of 2:30 to play in the first half. Buffs trail by 3, but no more.
Okay. Earlier during a timeout, I saw David Chavlovic on the bench talking to Muhammad. He may have been telling him, Kent, you got to shoot it like I used to. He gets a steal.
And a turnover to Jett, who lays it in, and the Buffs have their first lead in the game.
Wow.
What a turnaround.
The young freshman getting the job done for WT.
King with the blind pass to Akele. Nice.
Yep. Good answer there by OBU.
Tied at 28, 1:50 to play in the first. Here's Toussaint to Jett. His 3 strong. Wallace with the rebound. Didn't want to put it back up. Fresh 20 for the Buffs. Toussaint. Yes! Just inside the arc.
Zach,
7 for Tucson.
And he's having to work so hard for every shot. He's in great shape.
King on the near side. Up top to Akele. Now Green, guarded by Jet. Double teamed with Muhammad. Shot clock at 8.
Wow.
Green threw it away because Ricky Brown cut to the bucket.
Yeah, just great team defense there by West Texas A&M.
Full timeout on the floor. 1 minute to play in the first. Buffs lead it 30-28. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Well, back to the first side of Bank Center. There's David Chavovic talking to Addison Wallace and Rylan Holt. Chav made 388 three-pointers in his career, the all-time leading scorer at West Texas A&M. And Kent Muhammad, Ahmed Muhammad, 8 points, 2 big threes, and the Buffs lead by 2 points.
What a turnaround the last 5 minutes of this half have been. Here's Muhammad. Gets a screen from Tucson. Pulls it out a little farther.
Ooh.
10 on the shot clock. Muhammad drives. Ball knocked away.
They call a foul on OBU.
And this is going to go against Ricky Brown. His first.
Team foul number 8.
Team foul number 8. It's going to be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Ahmed Muhammad.
You know, when he hits a couple of the threes, and you see right there, Kent, his confidence, kind of dribbling and breaking down the defense, taking it strong to the hole. He is definitely a scorer, natural scorer. Mentioned it in high school in a game, scored 61 points. I don't care what level you're playing at, that is not an easy task.
Good on the first.
And Muhammad comes out of the state of Arizona, Glendale, Arizona, his hometown, out of Apollo High School.
Makes a move. And the Buffs have a 4-point lead.
We had 12 points just a while ago. Let's see if OBU finishes strong here. Ooh.
King, no good. Who was that? Number 14
Tucson.
goes up high for the rebound.
And then a hockey check after he got the rebound there. Goodness.
It's hit hard, comes down.
No, he held on to it. Look at this on the replay. Comes up, Zach secures it.
There it
Whack.
is. It was when Green reaches in, going for the basketball.
Yeah. Well, it's physical play, no doubt, but for Trey Green, you can't commit that foul because you're sending a really good free throw shooter to the other side to shoot a 1-on-1.
It's Green's first, the team's 9th. Tucson gets the first of 2. And Zach makes it both. 34-28's our score. Inside of 20 seconds to play here in the first half.
It's a big possession here.
Josh Udomu gives it to King. King working on Wallace. Puts up a little floater. No, there for the rebound. Nick Jett. And the half-court shot almost takes out the shot clock.
Kent, that was tremendous defense by the Buffs. OBU had the ball screen. They got the switch they wanted. Addison Wallace is guarding King, but Wallace stands his ground, makes him take a tough shot, and then the freshman Nick Jett clears the boards, hangs on.
You can talk about the defense the Buffs played over the last 5 minutes of that half, which we'll do when we come back from this timeout. We're at the half. Buffs lead it 34-28. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Energy is a glowing sphere of hot gas. It's an ocean of air. And at Excel Energy, we make it safe. It's why we train first responders. Help you identify where utility lines are buried. Sir, do not dig there. And it's why we study the flight paths of majestic golden eagles before we build a wind farm. Safer energy, people. It's all part of a carbon-free 2050. You, us, together.
Went for a onside kick. Landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
We are at halftime at the First United Bank Center on the campus of West Texas A&M University, where the West Texas A&M Buffaloes hold a 34-28 lead over Oklahoma Baptist. And if you were going back and forth between one of the many college football games on TV and our broadcast early on,
it was all Bison.
Especially at the 10-minute mark of the first half, the Bison up 11 points. But the Buffs came back in the second half of the second portion of the first half, finally taking a lead at the 143 mark.
Yeah.
And it was a combination of better flow offensively, but that defense really tightened up.
It really did. You know, West Texas A&M, they hold OBU for a long stretch. They didn't score for over 6 minutes there in the first half to end that first half. And so for West Texas A&M, they start playing tougher on the perimeter, you know, with their defending the ball, making it tough for OBU. The Bison early on were getting it in the paint. Early on, it was an 8-2 advantage, points in the paint. As they finish the half, it's just 12-10 advantage for the Bison. A couple of things to look at. If you're Oklahoma Baptist and Coach Aker right now, you got to be wondering, with your size advantage, how are we getting out-rebounded by 8, 21-13, the advantage to West Texas A&M. Also, only one offensive board for Oklahoma Baptist, so they're going to want to change that in the second half. If you're West Texas A&M, Zach Toussaint doing a good job, 9 points with a couple, 1-3 that he's made, and a couple of field goals as well. But it was the freshman Ahmed Muhammad Kent that came in and sparked WT as he scores 10 points, perfect from the field, grabs a couple of rebounds as well. And I think that these younger players, at the beginning of the game, they were getting pushed and grabbed and held. In OBU, that's the way they play. They play tough defense, and it took WT, some of these younger players, a little while to adjust and say, okay, I got to come back and fight strong. They have done that, and for the Buffaloes, shooting 35% there in the first half, also doing a good job at the free throw line, only one miss.
And the Buffaloes defensively, as the half progressed, started double teaming.
Right.
Especially in the paint. That's where Oklahoma Baptist was making hay early. But as the half progressed, we were calling block shots, intercepted passes, turnovers in the paint, and they led to the Buffs running, which is what they like to do. They may not end up as a layup, it may end up as a three-pointer, of which the Buffs have 4 of them, but if they've gone to the line, they've knocked them down, 8 of 9, but the Buffs getting solid contribution throughout the offense. You talked about the scoring of Zach Toussaint and Ahmed Muhammad, but 6 rebounds by Addison Wallace.
Yes, Addison has played great defense. He has a tough assignment today, with right now no Larry Wise, and also we have not seen yet for the Buffaloes one of the other bigs, Damian Thornton, but he's holding his own inside. For OBU, the 2 players doing the damage, DJ Freeman with 8 points, only has 1 rebound, though, in the first half. And then Bradley Akele, 6'7" junior from Houston, he's got 7 points. WT doing a good job, though, Kent, against the leading scorer for OBU. Paul King only has 4 points. They've made him take a lot of shots. He's just 2 for 10 from the field.
A lot of shots that are contested. Let's take a quick look at our first half statistics for the Bison. Bradley Akele has 7 points, 3 rebounds. DJ Freeman, 8 points, 1 board. Paul King, 4 points on 2 of 10 shooting. Trey Green has 3 points, but a team-high 6 rebounds. Trey Dooms has 3 points, 1 rebound. Ricky Brown has 1 rebound. Josh Adomo has not scored. Ethan Scott came off the bench to grab 1 rebound. As a team, the Bison 10 of 23 from the field, 43%. 3 of 8 from three-point range, that's 35%. And at the line, they are 5 of 6 for 83%. For WT, Brock Mashak has 3 points, 3 rebounds. Ryland Holt with 4 points. Zach Toussaint with 9 points, 3 rebounds. Cameron Bell has played 8 minutes but not scored. Addison Wallace, 4 points and a team-high 6 rebounds. Jesse Owiezi, 2 points and 1 rebound. Ahmed Muhammad, 10 points, 2 boards. Journey Phillips has 1 rebound. And Nick Jett, 2 points, 2 rebounds. As a team, the Buffs 11 of 31 from the floor, that's 35%. They are 4 of 14 from three-point range for 28%. 8 of 9 from the line, 88%. The Bison have 13 turnovers to 11 by WT. OBU 12 points in the paint to 10 for WT. Second chance points, WT with 6. And the bench, the Buffs bench has contributed 14 points to just 3 for OBU. OBU led 14 minutes, 50 seconds of that half. The Buffs just 1 minute 43, and here they are with the 6-point halftime lead. Biggest lead for the Bison was 11. Biggest lead for the Buffs was 6. Let's take another full timeout. When we come back, we'll have your second half of play. Buffs lead it 34-28. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Energy is a glowing sphere of hot gas. It's an ocean of air. And at Excel Energy, we make it safe. It's why we train first responders. Help you identify where utility lines are buried. Sir, do not dig there. And it's why we study the flight paths of majestic golden eagles before we build a wind farm. Safer energy, people. It's all part of a carbon-free 2050. You, us, together.
Went for a onside kick. Landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment.
AOMS Pediatric and Children's Dentistry is a proud sponsor of WT Athletics, committed to helping your children grow up with happy, healthy smiles. Your child's dental journey begins here. Give them a call at 807.
All right, welcome back to the First United Bank Center. We get ready to start second half play. No surprise in a close one here. West Texas A&M leads over OBU 34-28. Kent, you were going over a lot of the statistics. If I'm OBU, 2 things. Go back to what was working early, which was multiple screens, ball screens, cross screens, back screens. Get it inside and take advantage of your size that you have today against WT. Second thing is they've got to stop turning the ball over. They started throwing the ball around, slinging it around. WT give them credit defensively, but those turnovers, 12 in the first half committed by the Bison, really did hurt them and allowed for the Buffaloes to make that comeback.
The Buffs are a very athletically gifted team. they may not play their best and they can still beat you.
Sure.
And that falls into exactly what you're saying about Oklahoma Baptist needing to
value the basketball.
Value the basketball, that's right. 34-28, the Buffs lead it. They will go with their starting five of Toussaint, Meshach, Bell, Wallace, and Holt on the floor. It's going to be the same way for Jason Akers, Oklahoma Baptist Bison, Akele, Freeman, King, Green, and Dooms. Oklahoma Baptist to have first possession. They will be going left to our right. As you watch your...
That's some friendly banter before we start the second half between the two head coaches. Oh, this is fun.
Oh, man. Johnny Wilkins is going to call the coaches together and say, look.
See, I'm used to this, Kent, because, my day job, I'm a counselor. And so you work it out. You tell, let each side say, well, how do you feel? How do you feel? Let's come to a resolution.
And wouldn't you know it, Tom Brown questions the authority.
But what it comes back to is, for both Coach Aker and Coach Brown, fierce competitors.
They want to win this game. You bet. Underway here.
Doesn't matter that it's November.
Green on the wing to Dooms in the paint. Can't get it to roll. Long rebound. Bison control.
That counts as an offensive rebound there. Second of the game for OBU.
Here's Dooms with 10 on the shot clock. Goes over Wallace, too strong. Toussaint with the rebound. His fourth.
They got two looks. It just wouldn't go in.
Holt. Bell on the wing. From the line. Knocks it down, Cameron Bell.
Nice. There you go, Cameron Bell. Smooth release.
Had 4 points Monday against Panhandle State. 1 minute deep into the second half. Buffs by 8. King, it's going to be a foul on Cameron Bell. For Bell, third personal. First team of the half.
I remember in the first half he had 2 offensive fouls called against him, so he's going to have to come out and Ahmed Muhammad quickly onto the floor.
Inbounds to King, Dooms, and Freeman.
As many screens as OBU sets, you better be in a good stance.
King, long three, no good. Wallace with the rebound. It's Addison's 7th. Toussaint. Right wing Muhammad, no. Oh, Meshach with the rebound underneath. And then almost throws the ball away. And is this going to go against Toussaint or is it going to go against?
Goes against Green.
It's going to go against Trey Green, second personal.
You're right, that was an errant pass. Really, it's just kind of anybody's ball.
Dangerous pass. Could have been anybody's foul as well. Wallace with the inbound. Drives on Green. Stops. Reverses his course and gets the easy lay-in.
Oh, he took him to the laundromat. A little spin there. And good to see Addison Wallace being aggressive today, both ends of the floor.
Left wing three missed by Brown, but the rebound maintained by the Bison. Dooms takes it in and gets the drop.
See, that's where it's got to go for OBU. Every possession. I mean, those threes, they can hit the threes, but today they're just 3 for 11.
Nice backdoor cut. Muhammad misses, but there's Meshach with the miss.
2 bunnies, Kent. 2 bunnies.
At the other end, converting is King.
And again, where's that ball? It's going deep in the paint.
Buffs had the opportunity to go up 10. Instead, they're up 6. Wallace left alone. A little bit off with his 3. Muhammad with the rebound.
Yeah, he was fouled as he was in the air. You told me he can get up off the floor.
Oh, he's got some hop.
And
that's Green's third, second Bison team foul.
You know, so much of offensive rebounding as well. It's not just about being able to jump and being athletic. It's about your timing. You got to hit off the floor at the correct time. He did it there.
Toussaint, he'll do it himself with a floater. Sweet shot.
Zach's in double figures with 11.
Hear a little bit of an applause coming from the northern Illinois region.
That's
there.
Right. The gallery in Johnsburg.
Good defense by Ryland Holt. Got in there and interfered with that pass. Bradley Akele couldn't control Buffs basketball. Turnover number 13 against the Bison.
Look how spread out West Texas A&M is.
Think of how many backdoor cuts we've
Yes.
seen. How about Addison Wallace pulling up, misses off the glass, gets his rebound. Mashak wide open.
That release from Brock Mashak, it reminds you of Papa Shot, right? You just quick release, try to score as many as you can in the arcade.
And I think of the text from Ryan Quaid when I said, this guy from your high school, what do you know about him? And he said, he's a baller, and that's what we are seeing. Man. Foul on the Buffs. This is going to go against Ahmed Muhammad, his first, team foul number 2.
Bodies hit the floor there, and Muhammad is a little slow to get up. See the replay coming right at you. Good take by King.
Kind of got his leg rolled like an offensive lineman there at the end of the play.
That's a good way to describe it. That's kind of how physical this game has been today between two really good teams.
King knocks down the first.
One shot.
Gets them both.
All right, not surprised with this, Kent. We're going to see some full court pressure from OBU.
Buffs by 9, 43-34.
They've got to find a way to turn WT over. They've done it 10 times today, but
a lot of those were early.
Yes, 9 in the first half.
And 5 of them were in the first 6 minutes. Here's Toussaint. Floater no good.
Yeah,
Big rebound by Doom.
Tough angle. His body was kind of turned sideways.
In the corner. 3 missed by Akele. Wallace brings it up court. Drives in. Shot was deflected.
Yeah,
Quickly will go the other way.
3 defenders came over from OBU to contest that shot.
Dooms gets a chest bump by Nick Jett. For Jett, that will be his first.
Zach Toussaint picking up his second personal foul.
Yeah, they're going to say number 14. So for Zach, that's his first. Team's third. We've got a media timeout. 15:34 to play in the second. Buffs 43. Bison 34. You're watching West Texas basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
One West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign, raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. WT leading 43-34 over Oklahoma Baptist.
And OBU has possession. There's a strong drive. Won't go, though. That was Josh Udomo.
No, there's a lot of contact there, Kent.
Yeah. Maybe a reason the ball didn't fall. Buffs come up with it. Muhammad, left wing to Bell.
Ooh.
And Mashak just gave Adomo a big one. There's Muhammad, shot blocked. That was Akele that rejected that one.
Both teams trying to take it to the 10, but nobody can convert a bucket. Last 3 possessions.
Here's King, throws it away. Holt comes up with it. Mashak dribbles up top, cross court to Bell.
Buffs trying to get Holt posted up inside.
Three-pointer, Mashak, no good. Cameron Bell knocks the ball out of bounds.
Well, OBU does not have a field goal in nearly 3 minutes. Buffs struggling last several possessions, so we're staying right here at our 43-34 score, second half, 14-20 to play.
Buffs have missed their last 4 from the field. Here's Freeman in the paint.
Yep, Bell got him with the body.
Be pushed by Cameron.
It's 4 on Cameron.
Cameron Bell's 4th personal foul.
Yes, it is. Buffs' 4th team foul of the half.
14 fouls on the Buffs at the line. Shooting for the Bison, DJ Freeman.
First shot up and missed by DJ Freeman. Addison Wallace back to the game, replacing Cameron Bell.
Yeah, Wallace has 6 points, 9 rebounds, a couple of assists. Solid performance for him so far today.
Makes the second. Approaching the 14-minute mark. Buffs lead 43-35. Wallace almost loses possession. Good hustle by Muhammad.
In this man-to-man defense, OBU, at any moment they could bring a second defender, run and jump.
Toussaint back to Wallace. High arcing shot won't go. Rebound pulled down by Akele, and we've got a foul called against the Buffaloes. This one is against Nick Jett. It's Nick's second.
All right, official's going to come over, and Tom's got to be careful here, Coach Brown, or he's going to get a technical.
Giving Tom a warning. I'm warning you.
Did your dad ever give you a warning, or did you just?
Mom was the disciplinarian.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you better not do that again. It's a big possession coming up here for the Bison. They trail by 8. They've done a better job here in the second half defensively against WT. Buffs in a scoring drought of nearly 3 minutes.
Dooms gets a screen from Freeman. Cross court to King. Drives in off the glass and in the hole.
Yeah, you saw the paint open up there, and he is too strong and too quick. Paul King with 10 points now.
6-point Buffalo lead. Holt up top. Guarded by Freeman to Toussaint. Wide open. Knock it down.
And that shot is so difficult because he had to go under screens, across some screens, work all the way back up with Paul King right in him. Watch this. You don't see him in your screen coming up off the screens.
I'll come behind you. Nice two-man screen. Ryland took out 2 Bison with that screen and letting Toussaint knock it down.
You go back to Zach Toussaint, what I was saying earlier, Kent, his conditioning, because for him to, he's not 6'3". He can't just rise over defenders. He has to work hard to get open. Now, he's an incredible shooter, one of the best we've ever seen here in Canyon. But for Zach.
And he's constantly getting knocked around like a ping pong ball.
Yes. You look at Zach all-time now. Came into today's game 4th all-time in three-pointers made with 228. He's got a couple today, so make it 230 chasing Third place, Martin Latibidaire with 253. And obviously chasing the ultimate three-point champion in David Chavlovic, who made 388 in his career. But Zach has made so many big shots over his time, just a junior for the Buffaloes, and so much fun to watch. I still go back and remember Kent when he was being recruited, and they put out a picture of Zach, and one of the fans had said, "Who's this kid from Illinois?" It looked in high school. You go back and think he was even younger of a baby face. They said, looked like we put the kid on the Wheaties box, like the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
And then he shows up on campus. His parents make a trip down for a game, and his dad confides in us. He doesn't like his nickname, but he's the babyface assassin. Well, he's grown up a little bit. He just made a steal. He's not so baby-faced anymore, but he can still shoot the basketball. Here's Wallace.
They've switched and put some length on him now with Trey Dooms guarding Toussaint.
Wallace backs out, gives it to Zach. Toussaint gets in the air, didn't have anywhere to go with it. Ball loose on the floor, and Dooms comes up.
That defensive switch worked for OBU.
King from 15, too strong. Long rebound. King gets it near midcourt. Dooms, blind pass, deflected. Dooms gets it back.
Buffs get Jesse Aweezy on the court.
You know, we talk about shoes. You might call out Trey Dooms on these when
nice.
we get a shot. And a walk.
They just traveled in those shoes.
These shoes are made for walking.
Well,
here we go.
You do have nice, looks like purple on one side.
Purple and pink on one side, yellow and red on the other.
Some neon yellow, yes.
Yeah.
My kids would absolutely love those. They would say, Kent, that those are sick.
Those are sick.
Right now, Coach Aker just says, we need to quit turning the ball over. That was the 16th team turnover by the Bison.
Toussaint finds Aweezy to Muhammad. Nice unselfish play by Jesse Aweezy.
Muhammad's got 12 points now. And you sense this one slipping away from the Bison here. They don't get back on track, trailing by 11 points.
11, the largest lead for West Texas, matches the largest lead Oklahoma Baptist had in the first half. Here's Freeman.
He traveled.
And he did. That's Muhammad with the defense.
That's just a smart play. He's being backed down by the taller, bigger Freeman. So he kind of backs up, pulls the chair out from him, and that causes the feet to shuffle.
2 turnovers in a row for the Bison. They now have 17. 11:35 to play, second half. Buffs up by 11. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Buffs are winning right now 48-37 over Oklahoma Baptist, as this one first half, for most of the first half, was controlled by OBU. Buffs turned it on at the end of the half, and then their defense, which was solid at the end of the first half, has only allowed 9 second half points so far to the Bison.
And has forced 3 turnovers in the last minute 55. So people that think the Buffs score 85 and don't play that much defense, we've been saying it all along. They play defense. It's just overshadowed by the offensive output. They're doing it defensively today. Ball comes into Muhammad. Shields the ball well as he heads up court. Gets it to Toussaint. Mashak picks up his dribble, finds Muhammad with 13 on the shot clock. Here's Toussaint with 8. Gets a high post screen from Oweezy. Left side, Mashak, 3, in and out.
Good look.
Freeman with the defensive board for OBU.
Because that's 2 stops in a row for OBU. They've got to find a way to put the ball in the hole, though. Oh, Wallace.
Down goes.
Wallace just took an elbow to the chin.
Josh Udomo gets up high on Addison. Let's see if they'll take a review on this
Here's
one.
a replay. Tight defense by
This one
Wallace.
hurts to watch.
Yeah.
Got the elbow up. And I think we may have an official's review before we get going with this.
Let's run that back one more time if we can, Jacob. And this is one back in the 80s and 90s you just played on, but now that right arm comes up. And again, not intentional, but does come up, makes contact right on the chin. And
so you're looking common foul, flagrant 1?
Yeah, I think this is, I don't know. We're old school, Ken. I say it's an offensive
foul. It wasn't
foul.
Intentional at all.
Ball goes back to West Texas A&M. Nowadays,
I'm watching a game.
If this is NBA, it could be a fine and suspension.
Yeah. I'm watching a basketball game yesterday, and they had a similar play, and both commentators agreed it was just a common play, common foul. The officials came out and said flagrant 1, 2 shots in the ball. You don't know how it's going to be called.
Hey, was there any blood on the floor? Did they have to come out? No. The score right now, 48-37, West Texas A&M. The story continues here in the second half to be WT's defense, number 1. Number 2, though, for OBU, the turnovers, Kent. 4 turnovers over the last 2:37. They give the explanation to Coach Aker.
I don't think Coach Aker likes the call. He kind of has that permanent scowl anyway. We'll see what they do here. It's going to be the Buffs basketball, so it's just a common foul and a turnover.
Which is the right call.
As we saw it.
That's right.
Muhammad brings the Buffaloes up court, guarded in the back court by Udomo. Muhammad gets some space. Cross court to Toussaint.
Oh, they got Ryland Holt
looking in. Zach gets a screen from Holt. Shot clock at 7. Toussaint off the glass, no good. Rebound to the Bison. Freeman at the other end, comes up short.
How did they not get that one to fall?
Kicks it back out to Scott. And we've got a whistle and...
Is it the clock? Yeah, Freeman turns over Zach Toussaint. You know, Zach's not going to foul him, just kind of conceding up. I'm not going to give a chance for a three-point play. And then
came up short.
Man, that ball did not go in. Scoring drought of 3:30 coming up here for OBU.
Udomo outside to Scott. 3 on the shot clock. 3 put up and missed by Freeman. And at the other end, off the rebound, Ryland's Holt with a one-hand flush.
And a great pass off the rebound. Eyes up. Open man, get it to him.
And it was Muhammad with the rebound and the assist. 13-point Buffaloes lead. Here's a 3 outside, missed by Dooms. Going up high, Ricky Brown with the rebound.
OBU just cannot buy a bucket. They have gone cold.
7-0 run for the Buffs over the last 3:48. Bison haven't scored in 4 minutes.
There's a look at that last play. Beautiful pass ahead to Holt with the finish. As Holt has 6 points. What a game from Muhammad. 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. So there was a scoring drought in the first half of around 6 minutes and change. Right now, Bison 4 minutes and 12 seconds without a point.
Mashak tries to feed Holt, and Ryland is held. Trey Dooms with his 3rd personal. Team foul number 4 against Oklahoma Baptist. Here's Tucson, tries to drive. Scott denies. Louise inside to Mashak, and he's going to be fouled. Ricky Brown, his second.
Ricky Brown, his second.
That'll be a shooting foul.
Fouls on Oklahoma Baptist.
Brock Mashak, who had 2 free throws earlier this season, back to the line. Makes the first, nothing but net. Freshman out of Fort Collins, Colorado.
You know, it's not going to show as much in the box score today. He does have the 6 rebounds, but he's just done so many little things on the defensive end. Deflections, coming off the screen.
And there's a rebound by Holt. Outlet to Tucson. Another offensive rebound by Holt.
Just been a gritty performance by the Buffs team that, again, is without 3 starters today. What was the call here? Offensive foul?
Called a charge against the Buffaloes here.
Against
they got Nick
Jett.
And that was kind of a odd sequence.
I wonder if he sealed off the defender there. Yeah, Tom Brown talking to him right now, explaining.
51-37 Buffaloes, and there's the makeup.
Goodness. Well, for both coaches, they would admit that was just bad basketball.
Trey Dooms picks up his 4th. Team foul number 6 against the Bison.
And OBU just getting frustrated, struggling to score. Buffs on an 8-0 run.
Toussaint cross court to Wallace. Addison spins, picks up his dribble, and calls a timeout.
Timeout. Buffs.
This will be a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. 8:19 to play. Buffs up 51-37. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Our thanks to all of our friends in Farmington.
Buffalo's leading here in the second half, 51-37. And, you know, Kent, in pregame, we were talking about West Texas A&M and their start this season, and I kind of called out the Buffaloes and said, look, their defense has got to improve. They were giving up 81 points a game in this 1-2 start to the season. Obviously, again, in the 2 losses against some really talented teams. They have met that challenge today. They are holding OBU to just 37 points. The Bison won their last game on Tuesday over Washburn, 78-63. So
here's Muhammad, takes it in. Oh, nice rejection. Dooms went up and knocked that one away. At the other end, King had the ball stripped away. I think Addison Wallace got a hand on it. And it'll be the Bison's basketball.
Both sides competing very tough, you know, defensively. Here's the first one, the rejection high in the air, and the Buffs on the other side get a strip. Ooh, what a rebound.
Inside, underneath, DJ Freeman.
Yep, the rebound from Trey Dooms and then off of his hands.
His first bucket of the second half.
Do the Bison have a run in them here, Kent, with under 8 minutes to play in the game? Down by 12.
Toussaint has his shot swatted away by Trey Green.
It looked like an overhand serve in tennis. I mean, he just rejected that shot. Good defense by OBU. Toussaint looks a little tired. He's going to get a breather, and Mishak will check in.
Mishak to inbound, does to Wallace. Wallace baseline in the paint.
Good patience.
Corner to Bell. Open, can't get it to go. Holt had the rebound. And steal by Wallace in the two-handed jam. Hello, Addison Wallace.
Tomahawk, put it behind the head, and great awareness from Addison Wallace.
53-39 Buffaloes.
He's 1 rebound and 2 points away from a double-double.
Spin in the paint. Dooms. Holt denies. Let's go the other way. Wallace is going to be fouled. It's Paul King picking up his second.
Let's look at that one again, KJ. Addison Wallace bringing some defense and then bringing the offense at the rim. He has been good today. Good job on the replay there, guys.
Opportunity for Addison Wallace.
Started the game out and was not looking for his shot as much. That changed quickly as he's been aggressive both offensively and defensively. Make it 9 points to go along with his 9 rebounds. Tom Brown, much happier Tom Brown here in the second half. And he should be. This is a really solid effort by the Buffaloes today.
Wallace makes them both.
2 points for Addison Wallace.
Wallace has 10 and 9 rebounds at this point.
OBU going to run a set here, backdoor.
And they did. Ricky Brown converts. Here's Cameron Bell. Gets pushed, lost control. Dooms has it picked by Mishak, ahead to Bell for the lay-in.
It's a couple times the Buffs have done that. Got Tom Brown, well, he's telling Cameron Bell, let's go. Don't get beat on the back door again, young man.
Underneath, Freeman with the reverse. Won't go. Wallace with the rebound.
And there's his 10 and 10 today.
And a turnover.
The Buffs keep turning the ball over. They're gonna
We'll go the other way. Neither coach happy with their offensive performance right now.
They're saying at least run some time off the shot clock before you give it to the opponent.
That was Oklahoma Baptist's 22nd turnover. Bell for 3. No.
Oh.
And a charge.
Yep, he got set.
And for Trey Dooms, that'll be number 5.
Good defensive play. Here's the replay. Muhammad, you got to sprint down and very quickly stop, get your feet set. And for Trey Dooms, his 5th foul.
That was an easy one.
Dooms ends the game with 5 points, 4 rebounds, was 2 of 6 from the field.
5 points, his season average 15.5 coming in.
Yeah, they've done a great job.
25 points against Missouri Western. Double figures in all 4 games until this point.
Buffs defense. And it's been team defense. They've had to help. It's
Holt, and is that Freeman?
Yeah, they're going to call a double foul.
Yeah.
It was
going a little wrestling match.
Yeah, the arms were linked. And tempers flaring.
Yeah, just see if we got it here and watch on the far elbow.
Yeah, Ryland Holt is trying to post up, and there's just too much upper body contact going on there.
Now Holt got bent over. What you didn't see was Holt going over the back of Freeman.
Buff's trying to run that set where the ball is thrown up to Addison Wallace because nobody's on the backside defensively, but the ball was underthrown.
Green loses his footing, but keeps it going. King for three, drops it in.
Big shot. They've not been able to make many of those threes today, just the fourth for the Bison.
13 for Paul King.
We cut to 13. The Bison, can they get it under 10 with just 4:23 to play?
Nobody stepped in on Addison Wallace.
Well, and you're so spread out. OBU has to stay out in the corner on the shooters, and so Wallace says, "I'll take the dunk."
That's going to be a double dribble as he breaks out. And I don't know that he had control of the basketball, Lucas.
Before they called it, they called a double dribble. What a block from Rylan Holt.
And I think the double dribble was when Holt stumbled. Let's see what we got here.
Defensively, Rylan Holt getting the job done, and Addison Wallace getting the job done offensively. Here's a look at Wallace. Again, help is late, kind of swiping at the ball, and that's too easy.
He gets it. Buffs lead at 59-44. Timeout on the floor. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Oklahoma Baptist will inbound underneath its own basket. 3:57 to play in the ballgame, and WT leads 59-44.
King bounces down low to Freeman, who turns around and dunks it in.
We're talking about Addison Wallace and his play today. Add 4 steals to what he has done.
DJ Freeman for the Bison with 13 now. He's their high scorer, tied with Paul King.
Go back to the same play they did earlier.
Muhammad off the mark.
Wallace got pushed. Yeah, the possession here for WT, it's very simple. I mean, you put everybody spread out on the three-point line. Wallace is your athletic player that's going to drive. Defensively, if you come over, I'll pass off to one of these three-point shooters.
2 AOMS free throws.
Addison Wallace at the line, a perfect 4 of 4 today. 10 of 14 on the season.
And I'm good to see your broadcaster, Jinx, not go that way as he makes the free throw on Thanksgiving. Kent, they were calling out Jim Nance because he said that the Buffalo Bills kicker had not missed an extra point all season, and then he did, leaving the door open for Detroit.
Boy, anymore, a extra point in the NFL is a healthy field goal. As Addison makes them both. And now we've got a foul.
Rylan Holt trying to get position underneath to get a rebound, and that's a silly foul there.
For Ryland, his third. The Buffs.
You know how I know it's a silly foul? Because Tom Brown is rubbing his head right now, which that tells me, can't commit those fouls.
Is he saying, Ryland, we can't commit those fouls, or I can't believe you blew that whistle?
That I don't know, Ken. My first guess was he was frustrated with the foul, but the play made by WT. 61. It's been fun. 61-47. This game has been fun. Seeing both of these teams, and again, two teams that have been competing well into postseason play last couple seasons. Buffs under Tom Brown, 3 Elite 8 trips, 2 Final Fours, and a national title runner-up.
Freeman makes them both at the other end. A 3 missed by Holt. Well, when this one is over, there's a nice shot dropped down by
Kayla
Briggs from OK, Oklahoma. You spell it O-K-A-Y. Name the Hall of Fame basketball coach from OK, Oklahoma.
Oh, Hall of Fame coach. See, that's I did some
Division
research on OK. Still living, or is this a legendary coach that?
He's a legendary coach. I believe he is still living, but has not been in the game for probably 15 years.
From OK, Oklahoma.
And OK, a town of 527.
Yep, small town.
Located just outside of Muskogee, which is southeast of Tulsa. Oklahoma is OK, and if you live in OK, you would be OK.
Yeah. All right, Ken, I'm thinking through, and I'm striking out on some of my guesses, because some of the coaches I'm thinking
Toss them
about.
out.
Well, some of the coaches I'm thinking of have already passed away. And so, but I'm also thinking of Oklahoma connections. Is it a coach that coached?
He coached in Oklahoma before moving on to a bigger school. And I did not know he was a native of Oklahoma.
Okay. I should know this.
And I'll tell you real quick if he is still among the living.
It's a 14-point lead here for the Buffs. Good ball movement and a nice left-handed shot for the Bison. That one made by Ricky Brown.
He passed away in July of 2020.
Okay.
In the town where he made his most notable claim to fame.
Okay.
There's a turnover and a lay-in by Ricky Brown. Well, Bison have cut it to 10 with 2 to play.
I'm drawing a blank, KJ.
Lou Henson.
Okay.
Coached at Oral Roberts and then moved on to the University of Illinois.
Right.
We got a timeout on the floor, 1:54
to
play.
OBU's battling here. I mean, they're not giving up, and that's no surprise. I mean, Coach Aker, his team, they're tough, they're tenacious. They have struggled. Really, not at the beginning of the game, they were in control. It's how they finished that first half, and that carried into this second half with too many turnovers, unable to score the ball, but they're still hanging around, and Buffalo's going to have to be tough to finish this one out.
If I'm Jason Aker and this one's over and I don't make a 10-point comeback in the final 2 minutes, we're obviously disappointed at the loss. We're going to address what we did that caused us to lose that 11-point lead, but we're going to focus on the first 10 minutes of this game where you went on a very hostile court and took one of the better teams in the country over the past 8 years and showed them how it was done.
They've committed 23 turnovers. That's one area of concern. The other area, and this is surprising, the Buffs have 17 offensive rebounds. OPU just 7.
Full court pressure, back court. Buffs get it across the timeline. Wallace kicks it out to Holt and then Tucson. Shot clock at 10. Wallace at midcourt. 4 on the clock, pulls up from 3 and drains it.
That was a dagger. An absolute dagger by Addison Wallace. Wearing 33, shooting it like an old 33.
17 points for Addison to go with 10 rebounds. Here's a long-range three, no good by Udomo.
Another rebound to Addison.
Approaching 1 minute to play. Buffs by 13. Mashak to Toussaint.
It's one of the best performances of Addison Wallace's 2 years here with West Texas A&M. He's been tremendous today.
High off the glass, no good. Rebound to Ricky Brown. Back to Riggs. Almost drug his foot. His turnaround, nothing but the twine.
That's how they do it in OK, Oklahoma, KJ.
Toussaint almost tied up in the backcourt to Muhammad. Buffs need to get it across the line.
A 10-second
and
violation.
They said that it was a 10-second violation. Should be a time of celebration for the Buffaloes, not consternation and not being able to break the press. 22 seconds left. Buffs by 11. Here's a Kaylee. Tries to get it underneath to Legend Barrett. And the Buffs steal it away, get it across the timeline, and will run out the clock.
Yeah, this is an impressive win here against a tough OBU team.
Buffs even their record at 2-2 with a 67-56 win over Oklahoma Baptist. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have your postgame show. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Energy is a glowing sphere of hot gas. It's an ocean of air. And at Excel Energy, we make it safe. It's why we train first responders. Help you identify where utility lines are buried. Sir, do not dig there. And it's why we study the flight paths of majestic golden eagles before we build a wind farm. Safer energy, people. It's all part of the carbon-free 2050. You, us, together.
Went for a onside kick. Landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Buffaloes win this one. All right, we're ready for Kent Johnson with our player of the game, Addison Wallace. Go ahead, Kent.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. West Texas A&M with a come-from-behind 67-56 win over Oklahoma Baptist. We're joined now by the guard from Cleburne, Texas, Addison Wallace. A double-double. When I told you that earlier, you sounded surprised that you didn't know that you'd come through with 17 points, 11 rebounds, but probably what Coach appreciates more is those 5 steals.
Yes, sir. We don't really care about stats too much. We're just getting out there playing together as a team and trying to get the win.
Start of the game, Oklahoma Baptist came out strong, played like we knew they could. Last year, a tough game against them. The Buffs were out of sequence, you might say, offensively and defensively, but then at the 10-minute mark, things switched. What happened?
Everybody's just playing selflessness and working together. We're still trying to mesh together. We got a lot of new pieces, so just trying to get better every day.
And what you said about a lot of new pieces, both today and Monday's game against Oklahoma Panhandle State, you're playing without some key players who normally are in the starting lineup, yet you're still able to come through. That says something about this team.
We're just focused on picking our brothers up that can't be here and holding the ship down until they can get back.
Now you get a little breather until a week, this coming Thursday, Arkansas Fort Smith comes. We start conference play already.
We're excited, we're ready to play, and just get back to it.
Well, we'll let you get back to the locker room. Double-double for Addison Wallace. He contributed 17 points, 11 rebounds, 5 steals. We'll get the head coach in now as Tom Brown steps in. Your team a little sluggish out of the chute for the first 10 minutes. Oklahoma Baptist played like we know they're capable of, but then something changed and the cohesiveness really came together.
Yeah, we had our lineup was a little bit off today, and we've had some things that we're dealing with, and it's been tough. And I know Julius would have liked to have been here, but my thoughts go out to him and his family. And then Larry wanted to be here as well, but just couldn't do it. And so when you lose a couple guys like that, or first team all conference, and it really changes the dynamic of your team. But really proud of Addison. I thought he had just a heck of a game. Ryland Holt, heck of a game, and then Brock Mishak, he was not scared and played really well. Ahmed Mohammed came in off the bench. He started for us in the past, and he made some freshman mistakes, but played really well.
Your defense today, especially the last 10 minutes of the first half and the second half, you come up with 15 steals. Points off turnovers was 20. You got to be happy with the latter stages of the game.
I'm very happy with the outcome of the game and the way that we played. Like you said, Kent, we got down a little bit, but I thought our guys showed a lot of strength and fortitude and really resilience battling back, because that's a very good team. They run 100 different sets, and it's hard to get ready for them. But I thought, Coach Gove did a great job getting the guys ready, and I thought our guys responded. They got a couple. They really are deliberate, and that's great. That's not how we play. We want to go up and down, but it knew it was going to be a grinded-out game, and to keep them in the 50s was great for us, because I thought we could get into the 60s and 70s. So it was a great team win.
I know as a coach you're looking for depth in your roster. What's it say that each of the past 2 games you're going without 3 key contributors, but yet you've come out with the win and looked good doing it?
Well, we don't recruit anybody just to sit on the bench, and so guys are ready to go. And I know there's some other guys that would have liked to have played a little bit more, but you better be ready to go when it's your turn, because we've got some really pretty good players, and guys will pass you up pretty fast. But you just never know. And again, proud of our guys and all of our guys, even the guys that didn't play. They're there, they're pulling for everybody, and so it was a great team win for the Buffs today.
Last question. You talk about being ready to go. You better be ready to go Thursday. You start conference play against Arkansas Fort Smith.
Okay, I'm not. I just was focused on OBU today, and we'll get ready for that conference start on Thursday.
That's head coach Tom Brown. The Buffaloes come out on top today, 67-56. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll come back and wrap it up. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Buffaloes win this one over Oklahoma Baptist today, 67-56, as we'll put up some team stats for you. Kent, great job down there with the interviews, and Addison Wallace, just a very unselfish, very humble player. He was tremendous today for the Buffs, as were so many players, and it was, you could see it on the final statistics. Buffs did not have their best shooting day. They only made 7 threes, but they were efficient. 16 of 19 at the free throw line. They out-toughed a very tough OBU team when you look at the toughness stats like rebounding, turnovers, second chance points, some of those things. And so I think that's what Tom Brown and the staff have to be really proud of today.
Well, to force 24 turnovers from a possession-by-possession team really hits them where it hurts, because they're going to take a limited number of shots to begin with, and there's 24 opportunities. They never got the shot off. You look at the rebounds, 40-32. Now, it doesn't necessarily transfer into some stats, but they got second chance points, 17.
Yeah.
And Oklahoma Baptist only converted 4 points off of 18 WT turnovers. So, the Buffs' running game was evident there, but really it took 10 minutes for them. The word I used with Addison Wallace was cohesive.
Right.
And once the Buffs started playing together, they were all on the same page, and you don't know what was said or what happened to make that happen, but it was apparent that West Texas was the better team today.
Yeah, and the Buffs, they get good production. You heard Tom Brown giving credit to Brock Mishak. I thought he was really good, 7 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 steals. He was really solid defensively. Ahmed Muhammad comes in and sparks the Buffs, scoring 10 of his 13 points in the first half, so he was really good as well. And Ryland Holt, Kent, the game starts out, and as we said, it's real physical, and it almost looked like for the first 4 minutes that OBU was hitting us in the mouth, and we didn't want any part of it. Well, Ryland Holt, to his credit, he came back really strong, 8 points, 6 rebounds. He defended really well inside, and so a good job for him as well.
And he's not one of the bigger Buffaloes. Yeah, stands 6'6", but he's slight of build. I noticed in the crowd today and after the game, someone we wished we'd have had on the floor, Dalen Williams, was in attendance today.
Yes.
Dalen would welcome that kind of play, but Ryland Holt did a great job himself of rising to the challenge.
And I think, you win a game like this, you didn't get to play your style offensively. You only scored 67 points, but you still get the win.
Yeah.
And you prove you can win in different ways. You get 3 starters back on the floor for this Buffalo team. This team is going to continue to grow and gel and get better and better, so it's exciting as they get ready for, as Tom Brown wasn't aware of, conference play starts Thursday, Tom.
Focused on today's game. Way to go, Coach. Yeah, conference starts. Winning today's game against a team that plays the style of play that Oklahoma Baptist does will keep teams that might be more fluid in their play from thinking, we're going to try and slow down that West Texas team because they have a tough time adapting. Well, that wasn't the case today. We're going to look forward to Thursday. You and I have been focused on Thursday. Conference play is big in college basketball. We started off today, the Lady Buffs, ranked second nationally, bumped their record to 6-0 overall with a 92-49 win over Oklahoma Panhandle State. And then the Buffs, who have fallen from the rankings nationally, even their mark at 2-2 with a 67-56 win over Oklahoma Baptist. Thursday afternoon or evening as it is, Arkansas Fort Smith comes to town. The Lady Buffs and the Lions at 5:30 p.m., followed by the Buffs and the Lions at 7:30. And then next Saturday, another afternoon matinee, Oklahoma Christian, the Lady Buffs and the Eagles at 1 p.m., followed by the Buffs and the Eagles.
And Kent, I want to say a great job by our Thunder Vision production team today, Jacob Griffin and all the camera operators. Outstanding. We got great replays today, and so we're excited to get them rolling into conference play.
Well, it's been a fun Saturday afternoon with you, Lucas Kinsey. Looking forward to another one on Thursday
Let's
night.
do it.
Until then, the Buffs and the Lady Buffs both come out victorious tonight. Thanks for joining us. Until Thursday, be safe, everybody. You've been watching Lady Buff and Buffalo basketball on the LA